And they didn't like some of Scott Fitzgerald's answers.
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
Michael Wittig is
power to the people at these town halls. Americans from all political parties are having their voices heard. What you saw there at the beginning of the video was a town hall held in Wisconsin by MAGA Republican Congress member Representative Scott Fitzgerald. And you heard people there who were pissed that he was enabling and allowing Elon Musk and Donald Trump to go through their personal data and to have access to their social security information and medical records while they gut and destroy the government and take and tank our economy. Let me just show you a longer clip from that town hall, and then I want to show you that from Wisconsin to Georgia to New York to the West Coast, people are rising up right now and having their voices heard. Red states, blue states, purple states, all of the colors. People are angry. People are pissed. People demand action. Watch this right here from that town hall. Let's play it.
They didn't like some of Scott Fitzgerald's answers.
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
Michael Wittig is concerned with Elon Musk's role in the Trump administration. He held up a sign that read, "Presidents are not kings."
Are you going to subpoena him at some point? Or after you're done with the budget or whatever, are you willing to use your subpoena power to say, Musk, come in here, stand in front of Congress and answer some hard questions?
Congressman Fitzgerald insists Musk's efforts to find waste and fraud are working, and Congress will eventually have budget oversight.
Certainly the discussion in and around DOGE and with the probationary moves that have already been done, they're going to have to be scrutinized at some point.
So now I want to share with you what was going down in New York in Representative Paul Tonko's congressional district, Democrat Paul Tonko. Here at this town hall, a huge ovation as a teacher encourages Congressmember Paul Tonko, who is pushing back, to do more, to work harder, even if that means getting arrested for civil disobedience. If you're in public service right now, you cannot sit idly by as Elon Musk and these billionaires take away all of people's rights and freedoms. Watch the energy in this room in New York. Play this clip.
I'm a 20-year veteran teacher. As I said, I've been behind you in local stores. You came to the 100th anniversary of the Albany Library branch celebration where my band played inside. Okay? I saw you on TV at NOAA. I saw you on TV at the Department of Education. What I'm saying is this. Somebody asked you what your red line was, and you said that the time is always right to go. Does that mean the red line has already been crossed? Because I think it has. If you ask us to show up, Congressman Tonko, we will show up. In D.C. But it cannot be. We have to take the gloves off. We can't live for protocol. They're not playing by the rules. We have to take it to them. When I saw you at those places, and I saw you next to Maxine Waters, again, I was so proud that my representative was on the front line, right there. But I thought about Jimmy Carter, and I thought about John Lewis. And I know what John Lewis would have done. He would have gotten arrested that day. Make them outlaw you. We will stand behind you. We will be there with you. I will get arrested with you. I will do it.
So then one of the things that we're seeing is that a lot of Republicans, surprise, surprise, because they are spineless MAGAs after all, they are not even showing up at town halls. So here, Democratic Congressmember Mark Pocan, he points out that these MAGAs are not even showing up to town halls. This Congressmember, the Democrat, goes, I just held the town hall with Wisconsin's Farmers Union. They invited all elected officials in the area. Unfortunately, not a single Republican showed up, including Representative Van Orden and Representative Tiffany. The farmers I spoke to are worried about Trump and Elon Musk cutting their federal funding and contracts. To all of our Wisconsin farmers, I hear you and I have your back. Let me just play you this video. Let's play it, then let's talk about it.
This is Representative Mark Pocan from Wisconsin. I'm here in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin right now. We just had a town hall that the Wisconsin Farmers Union put on. They invited all the elected officials from the area, both in federal and state office. Unfortunately, no Republicans showed up. Derek Van Orden, Tom Tiffany are no-shows, as well as the state legislators who are Republicans in the area. But we're talking to farmers, but talking to people about what they're seeing. They're worried about cuts they're seeing. They're worried about what's going to happen to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program for the neediest, because it's all food that they're growing. They're concerned about funds that have been stopped and loans that they are using to get their crops out. They're concerned about the immigration and staffing they're going to have on farms. They're concerned about a lot of things around Medicaid and cuts to education as well in the rural areas. So we've had a great conversation, and I just hope that more people will hear about the Republican ripoff, which is this $4.5 trillion transfer of wealth from the middle class and those aspiring to be in the middle class, the programs we talked about today, to a tax cut for the wealthiest. Because at the end of the day, that's who gets the money. It's Elon Musk, it's Donald Trump, and others. I'm just really glad we had a lot of farmers sharing their very real stories and a lot of emotion today. And I hope more Republican members of Congress will be listening to their constituents like the Democrats who are here today.
And that's the thing. They are crushing farmers. By the way, they crushed farmers with Trump's failed trade wars during the first term, and now it's going to be far worse. Devastation's about to hit farmers across the country. If you look at Trump's budget, it's $4.5 trillion in tax cuts for the billionaires like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. There's close to $300 billion in cuts for farmers, close to $400 billion in cuts in education. And who are the people that they're attacking most with Doge? The most vulnerable, like the group they pick on the most. Farmers, disabled veterans. Disabled veterans are their number one group that they pick on. Disabled veterans who served our country, now working in the federal government, because disabled veterans are often probationary employees because they go to different jobs and they travel, and also military spouses also travel a lot, so they're technically probationary. These are the people who are getting fired the most, but tens of thousands of people are being let go. And my thing with these spineless MAGAs, show up. Show up and hear from your constituents. What, you just want to live in your Twitter, which is now ex-Elon Musk's bubble, which is not real life? Because in real life, people freaking hate you, and you need to hear how angry you've made us at you for your betrayal, for your support of Putin, for your support of traitorous policies, for your support of destroying our country every day, for letting billionaires have access to our tax records and our social security information and our medical files, invading our privacy. You, MAGAs, spineless idiots, you need to hear how angry we the people are when we show up at these town halls. And I encourage all of you, Mighty, call them cowards, call them spineless MAGAs, call up their offices, tell them what you think about them, and show up at these town halls and demand they hold these town halls. Not this stuff right here. This is what Elon Musk was doing during the week while he was destroying people's lives. This is what he was doing. I was on the stage with Javier Milei, who's embroiled in a massive crypto scandal right now in Argentina, where he pumped and dumped a Libra crypto coin, causing people to lose their life savings. Sounds familiar? This is what Musk was doing. Play this clip. Now, going back to MAGA Republican Congress member Rich McCormick, this was his town hall where he compared his own constituents asking tough and fair questions to being January 6th insurrectionists. Play this clip.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
I'm not going to give you my best foghorn leghorn response to that. But what I was, you can go ahead and sit down. Thank you. When you talk about tyranny, when you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected. The funny thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you, who are upset just like you.
A C-SPAN caller from West Virginia reached out and said, hey, you realize that all of a sudden I'm diabetic and on Medicare, and now my insulin was $6 for a 28-day supply. Now it's back up to $80. Well, yeah, because Trump reversed what Biden did on everything. Here, play this clip.
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling from West Virginia, which was a red state for Donald Trump, and they have a place called down here Public Debt, and a lot of my neighbors were voting for Trump. They walking around scared, crying, nervous, and they were forever Trumpers. But on a personal note, I'm a diabetic and I'm on Medicare, and when Joe Biden was in there, my insulin was $6 for a 28-day supply. I just went to CVS to get my new supply. It went back up to $80, they said, because the American Recovery Act was canceled. So it went from $6 to $80. So I don't know if anybody else out there on Medicare.
And then we also learn more about just how despicable and creepy these MAGAs are. Like, here's this MAGA Republican Congress member, Corey Mills. Look at this creep right here. D.C. police confirm that they are investigating an alleged assault in D.C. by this MAGA Republican, Corey Mills. He represents the Northeast District of Orlando. And it turns out what it's about is he apparently assaulted a woman, 27 years old, who's like his girlfriend, even though he's married, and then he told her to lie about the origin of her bruises. That's what's being reported there. Do you remember, though, the types of town halls that maybe when we showed you these videos to all the MAGAs out there who are now watching this, because I know there's a lot of you coming over and saying, hey, we're sorry we were wrong, but I want to share this with you. Go back to our videos where we would say to you, hey, this was Trump at his town halls that he would hold during the campaign when he would be asked questions about Project 2025 or the economy. He would say, let's not do questions. Who wants to watch me dance? Who wants to watch me hear music? Play this clip.
Let's not do any more questions. Let's just listen to music. Let's make it into a music. Who the hell wants to hear questions, right? Isn't that beautiful, though? It's so beautiful. And we played that in Butler, Pennsylvania. We had a moment of silence, and then we had the bells of Notre Dame go off, and then we had a great opera singer, Christopher, who was so incredible, and a great, great opera singer.
By the way, a little bit more from that MAGA Republican Congress member McCormick's town hall. Let's just play a minute and 10 of this. Let's play it.
Workers from the nuclear workers, the NNSA, our nuclear stockpile, and CDC workers working on the bird flu being fired by DOGE and then having to be rehired when someone realizes, oh gosh, we need those people. Why is a supposedly conservative party taking such a radical and extremist and sloppy approach to this?
So I've been down to CDC several times. Actually, Dr. Howery, one of my former attendings, works there, and I'm in close contact with the CDC. They have about, 13,000 employees? 13,000 employees at the CDC. In the last couple of years, those probationary people, which is about 10% of their employee base, which is about 1,300 people, which you're referring to, a lot of the work they do is duplicitous with AI. Once again, one of the problems we have... I happen to be a doctor. I know a few things, okay? Just give me here's what we...
Oh, and here was Donald Trump on Friday attacking the governor of Maine, Governor Mills, and saying that he was going to not fund her state because she wasn't complying. He goes, I'm the federal law. You don't listen to judges. You listen to me, he says. He goes, I will defund your whole state. And she's like, no, I'm going to sue you. And she stands up to him. Democratic Governor Mills in Maine. Watch this.
Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Huh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state.
And of course, you probably saw this, the stock market absolutely crashing, unfortunately, on Friday, caused by Donald Trump, as Donald Trump sends his followers emails like this: I'm Dark MAGA, I'm Dark MAGA, I'm Dark MAGA. Elon Musk is Dark MAGA, weird stuff. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, and let's get to 5 million subscribers.